Welcome to the Intuitive Teacup, my friends. These tarot readings are meant to motivate, empower, and inspire you. Please keep an open heart and an open mind as you watch these general readings, as some material will resonate and some might not. Do have faith it is serving someone out there, and take away only what resonates for you. Please release the rest. Feel free to book a personal reading with me if you would like something catered specifically to your inquiries and energy. That information is down below for you. You are responsible for all actions and decisions and the vibe that you bring to this channel. This is optional advice or guidance, and of course, you will always have free will. Check the box below for my social media links, the decks I use, and more information on this channel. Let's hop into your tarot reading. What's up, fire signs? Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Welcome to your Little Sips mini love tarots. I'm the Intuitive Teacup. Happy to have you guys here. Your timestamps are right down below, so you can hop right to yours or stick around for all three. So let's go ahead and start with, let's go backwards. Let's start with Sagittarius. So, oh no, let's start with Aries. Actually, as I'm looking at, how funny is this? As I'm looking at my desk, I have literally two emperors hanging out next to each other, completely coincidentally. So yeah, I can't not ignore that. Let's start with Aries. Apparently there's two Aries in the mix. Aries, does that make sense? Are you guys dating one of your own? Let's see. All right, so let's focus here. Let's tap into Aries energy. We're going to start with Aries in love. Let's get 3 cards on their person and 3 cards on them. Those are sticking out, okay? 3 of Cups, beautiful card to start with. The Artist. I think Pisces had that one too. Page of Pentacles, the Hermit, the Emperor. Holy crap, I'm looking at 3 Emperor cards. That's amazing. All right, those 2. So, wow, actually, this does seem important because you have a lot of big ones. So, coming up in your energy, I'm going to be honest, this may have to do with third-party stuff only because I have almost all people over here. It doesn't have to be like infidelity, but you may be deciding between people. So I'm going to let you decide if and where that fits into your life, Aries. But 3 of Cups is generally a very celebratory energy. But from this card, I'm getting something about there's multiple people in one room, but there's romantic connections between different people. So it's almost like I'm sort of getting the idea of like the cat's out of the bag. Like if someone doesn't confess the fact that they're, I don't know if it's sneaking around or cheating or just thinking of like having wandering eyes. Something about that is not sacred. That's sort of what I'm hearing from that. If someone, okay, so someone may not have acted on it. In fact, I think mostly that's what I'm getting from this. Because, yeah, something about this didn't feel like infidelity yet, but it seems like it could potentially go that way unless this person kind of course corrects or understands. There's a need to understand the emotions that are coming up surrounding an issue that makes this person very uncomfortable. So this might be you, Aries. Technically, this is what I'm looking at as your spread, but know that you can flip-flop it. This seems like you might be daydreaming about someone who you know is off limits. Perhaps they're married or taken, or maybe you guys have already kind of been flirting. The thing is, I think with Page of Pentacles, you want to give your heart away, but you want it to be something real and tangible. And right now, it's not. It's the idea of it seems nice, but the practicality of it is telling you, this one. So there's confusion or difficulty in this, very kind of like Neptune energy. It's a little bit foggy. The ways in which this relationship could take off, I think you yourself are still questioning it. And again, it might be because of a third-party situation, even if you haven't done anything. Do you understand what I'm saying? And I'm not judging. I get things are complicated, right? You know, I'm not here to like reprimand you. I'm just saying it is kind of coming up in an energy of, ooh, maybe hold off because that person might not be available. So then let's hop over here and see what's going on here. This might be with your Virgo, your Taurus, your Libra, or your Aries. I have like 3 major arcana coming up here instantly. Yeah, so the Empress ultimately is a card of Venus, Venus being the planet of love and beauty and balance and harmony. The thing is, it's like love is masquerading. I know that sounds kind of cheesy, but it's like with the 7 of Cups, someone here is wearing a mask. So it's either that they're hiding their love, that could be you, or the fact that this person, if they're already engaged with someone else, they're hiding the fact that they actually do have love for you. These two are not looking at each other, though. So if you're the one in a relationship and it is with an Aries or a Virgo, if you strongly resonate with one of those, especially the Virgo, right? Because we know you are Aries. These two are not looking at each other. Now, this could indicate if you're dealing with one of those signs and it's representing their person, that leads me to believe that those two don't have great communication, or there's something going on where they're not acknowledging one another. And so someone is getting wandering eyes because their needs are not being fulfilled in their marriage or their relationship. So the thing is, I think this person may come into your life and offer flirtation or the suggestion, the idea of love, but there's a lot more to it than that. It's not this simple gift of I love you and I love you too, and now we're going to build a life together. Because if it was, why, you know this too. So this, and with the page, it leads me to believe this is probably not brand new, or it's going to make sense later on. This might be with your friend who you guys were always in the friend zone and all of a sudden someone caught feelings. I don't know why I'm just getting it's not the right time. 7 of Cups says we still have to assess emotionally where we're at and what we're feeling and if we're actually ready for this very big commitment and love. This could also be someone who is set to be engaged and all of a sudden they get cold feet and they're not sure they want to move forward with it. Because I do sense these people are not on the same page. It could be something where, you know, they've been together for 10 or 12 or 15 years. And all of a sudden it's like, I'm not who I was when I first met them. And almost like an identity crisis. Like I feel like I have to wear a mask when I'm with this person. I still have love in my heart. I still have love, you know, pumping through my veins. But it's something about it, it feels very repressed or restricted with the current person. So either that's you and your current partner, or it's, I think, more than likely, Aries, this feels like who you're crushing on. So I'm always one to advocate for not participating in third-party activity. I think you would do yourself a favor in the long run by refraining from that. However, there might be a situation where someone who is kind of on the rocks in their love life, especially if they have a person but they're 1 foot in, 1 foot out, they may end up exiting that relationship, in which case there may actually be room for you in the future. This might be in a musical group or a group of artists who like perform together, an acting troupe, a group of artists or entertainers that work together. That's sort of what I'm getting here. And I think you've always kind of had eyes for this person. You may have even written something about them or something for them. You could have helped them with like some piece of writing or a poetry piece. It feels like this person relies on you for your very solid and lovely friendship. It's almost like you help cushion the blow when they go through a very hard time. But that's what it's always been, is friendship. And I think you've wanted something more. It feels like you've sort of been hiding this a little bit. So what advice can I give Aries? Take the lead, 3 of Fire, and then change your focus. Yeah, so with this being a 5, I feel like, again, not only do I believe this, but the cards are confirming it, more importantly, because this is a tarot reading. This is not my opinion of the subject, right? I just want you guys to know that, right? Ultimately, 5 is saying you can move forward with any sort of situation where there might be third-party stuff, but you would be setting yourself up for the 5s. 5s are change and chaos, and frequently they're very uncomfortable shifts. Whereas if you are the third, right, if there's already the couple and you're kind of the third, I think it would suit you to change your focus, as the card is saying, and know that this may work out in your favor later on. But I almost feel like take the lead is like you need to be the bigger person here. Because this person is already going through a difficult time in their marriage or whatever. I think universe is asking you to be the one who holds the moral compass and actually uses it and, practice or upholds good standards in romance. Because here's the thing. Can you engage in third-party activity? Absolutely. Are some of you doing it already? Probably, right? And, it is what it is. However, the only thing I will say to that is, it's easier when it's you who's engaging in the fun part, but what happens when you found a committed relationship and then, karma kind of comes around again and your person is the one who's getting wandering eyes? Ultimately, it's like do unto others. Put yourself in the, I'm going to say the wife's shoes or the girlfriend's shoes. It's like, would you know what I'm trying to say? I think your best advice or guidance is to change your focus for now. And again, you're being asked to take the lead on doing what is, I'm sort of getting what is the correct path. Is there any correct answer in life? I would argue no. I think everything is an opportunity for learning, and mistakes ultimately do serve us in the future. And so I am saying that to those who have already acted on these impulses, even though you may be feeling guilty or remorseful about it, which I do sense that too. it's like, okay, you know, forgive yourself, but understand that now you have to hold yourself accountable for making those changes in a very positive direction. You do hold a lot of power in this person's life or in this relationship, and I think this person does want you and desire you and respect you, but I think you're being asked to disengage from things that are not... It's like the universe has blocked them and you may have tried to push your way through and you understood, oh, now I kind of get it. That's not for me. Because I think in the long run, if you push into a situation that the universe is saying like, nope, I think you may end up getting burned. It's too hot to touch. You're going to get burned by the fire. So let's look at this person's energy then. So possibly your Aries, your Virgo, your Pisces, Taurus, Libra. Are they going to free up in the near future? And this might be you too. Two of Cups. All right. So I would say yes. With Two of Cups, sometimes that can be they're already matched up, but here, because Two of Cups is new, I feel like this is saying that they so I don't know if this is a negative or a positive message. I think they will seek new partnership in the coming months or so. Will this be positive? Is this person headed towards Aries? Yes. Okay. So there is a victory up ahead for you guys when you allow this person time to heal from a relationship that is ultimately being ended. And I do think that if this person who is married, let's just throw out the husband, is texting you and this and that, you can engage with them. But I think universe's best advice is to... I'm not saying you have to block them, but essentially be on guard to those messages until you're absolutely certain that the third party is out of the way. Because again, something about that feels very karmic. And I'll be honest, Aries, this could be a karmic lesson that keeps repeating. You may find yourself in third party type situations a lot and you're just like, it's never my turn, it's never my time. It's because you haven't fully learned the lesson of this, you know, maybe in another lifetime you were doing this, you know, it's like it will keep replaying until you make the... I don't want to say the right move, the correct move. That's not how tarot speaks. But until you make something that is more honoring and respecting yourself as choosing a partner who sees you as the one, not the option. And ultimately, it's your life. If you're not looking for marriage and long-term commitment, again, there's nothing wrong with just dating around and trying people on. But date and try people on who are in fact single, like you, right? You know, that's really the message here. I do actually see this swinging in a positive direction because I do think this person has love for you. For a lot of you, if not much of this has really been sticking, but parts of it are intriguing you, especially the whole best friend thing. Someone who's been in the friend zone, I actually see them as coming around and taking off the mask and telling you, that they've always had love for you. It's like they take off the mask of, oh, I'm just the friend. Especially the Virgo or someone who they've always been single. This feels like the plot of a movie, Aries. But especially if you've been the one tied up with boyfriends, girlfriends, whatever, and you've always had like the best friend and the sidekick, this actually feels like someone is eventually, after much deliberation, right? They've had to work up the confidence to approach you possibly when you were not dating anyone else. To be like, yeah, actually, I really like you. And it's almost like they confess, like, it's been breaking my heart to have to see you date all these other people when the whole time, you're my Emperor, Aries. Like, I want to be with you, that kind of thing. And it's including my female Aries, right? That is your card, the Emperor. Yeah, because this person has a lot of love for you. Yeah, I actually like that storyline a lot better. In fact, I wish that had come to me sooner because that actually seems like it could be very strong. But ultimately, I do have to go with the one that spoke to me the fastest, which is, yeah, there's definitely like, for some of you, there may be some third party or temptation. I'm going to put it that way. I'm not sure who's acted on what or if it's just the suggestion of flirtation or the idea of it. Again, your biggest advice is change the focus and take the lead. Be the one to be the bigger person, to be the mature, responsible adult. So even if you have engaged in a little side activity, right, it's saying, okay, time to course correct and hold yourself accountable because you're making room for something better. That's really what I see coming through for my Aries. All right, guys, that's what I got for you. 10 of Pentacles, bottom of the deck. So yeah, someone might be married in that situation. Yeah, there's Virgo, Libra, and Taurus. There might be a single one that is entering your life in the next coming months that could have a lot of potential. All right. Yeah, go the single Virgo. I've seen that multiple times. Go with the single Virgo. 5 of Swords. And Five of Swords did show itself, and it might say to me, you guys may have done something that you feel remorse about, or you regret your decision to move forward with something because you made it in a very, in a state of mind that was more focused on your own needs and wants and desires. And, you know, you're human. There's nothing wrong with that. Only I think you're starting to realize the larger impact it had on other people. Or this could possibly be your person, too. So, again, it is ultimately about self-acceptance and forgiving yourself for errors you made. But then, again, if you're going to course correct, you need to hold yourself to it. Okay, Aries? So, love yourself. Forgive yourself easily, right? Yeah, it's a lesson. It's a lesson. That's all it is. Don't make it out to be a monster, right? Everybody slips up. No one's perfect. Even you, Aries. Okay. Let's move on to our next fire sign. I keep looking at your card. There may be an offer coming in from a Leo or a Pisces, or you may be transitioning from one to the other, but somewhere in there is the Seven of Swords, which means somebody acted in a way that was not in the highest vibration. But yeah, there are offers coming in, absolutely. But something about it brings up a sense of anxiety. So it could be that you were dealing with someone who was married, but they didn't tell you they were married. And so now you're like, oh my God, what do I do with this? So that may be coming through. All right. Switch it over. Maybe that was a message for Leo, though. I don't know. Let's see. So let's tap into Leo's energy. 10 of Swords. Dang. All right, so 10 of Swords and the King of Pentacles. Leo, you may be ending something with an earth sign. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. You may be ending something in a marriage. Let's go ahead and tap into Leo's energy. Messages for their best and highest good. What does Leo need to know about their love life? Let's say in the coming month or so. Too many cards? Nope, not going to take this. As half the deck falls out. Spirit's like, we got a lot to tell Leo. All right, one more shuffle here. New deck. It's real stiff. All right. Leo, you're killing me with all these cards. All right, let's look at this. Oh, I can already tell this is going to be a ginormous reading. You're killing me, Leo. All right, let's just do it. Let's do it for you. Let's do it for Johnny. All right. So, Leo, coming up in your spread is this absolutely gorgeous Ace of Cups, possibly my favorite Ace of Cups I've ever seen. Do you guys see that? Like, what? Can we just appreciate how beautiful that is? You can't even see the detail on the flower. It's amazing. Are you opening yourself up to new love, Leo? 3 of Wands. So this says to me you've already made a little bit of progress with this person, or it's almost like the ball is in their court. It's like you've made your intentions known, or you're thinking about making your intentions known. But more than likely, it's like you've put a message out there, you've put yourself out there, you've confessed your love for someone, and now you're kind of like, it's almost like you're holding your breath waiting to hear what their response or what their reaction will be. So this could be something that's playing out in your head if you haven't actually moved forward to do this. You may be contemplating, well, should I? I think you're sharing something very vulnerable, which to that I would say that's awesome, Leo. Because I know sometimes that can be hard for my Leo gang. Certainly not for all of you, right? But it feels like you are expressing something that is very true and very honest. But it makes you, it's nerve-wracking. It makes you nervous to share this with your person. And ultimately, I would read this as you probably have a big cup of love to give them, right? You're very attracted to this person. And I'm sort of getting the word voyeurism. So I don't mean to make that creepy per se. What is the thing here? Hold on. Before I speak too soon. It's not creepy. I don't know how to say this and not make it sound super egocentric, but I am doing a Leo reading. Sorry. You guys know I love to give you shit about that, but I love you. I love my Leos. I do, from the bottom of my heart. This feels like you enjoy the attention that this person gives you, but it's not superficial. It's just that you like the attention they give you, and rightfully so, right? It's someone who you clearly do have a lot of investment and a lot of love for, but I think you like that this person makes you feel special. They don't treat you like one of the crowd. It's like they focus in. I'm literally seeing a camera zoom lens, actually. So, yeah, something about modeling and photography. I don't know if that's something one or both of you did, or how you met, or something in common. I don't know. But I'm seeing photographers and photography lenses. And then again, something about voyeurism. So, okay, that word did come for a reason, but it doesn't have to be this creepy, spying on naked women in the locker room thing that I feel like we so associate with that term. But maybe you're just checking out this person online, or they're doing that to you, or something like that. But I already sense, though, that, well, I don't know if you've actually moved forward with this confession or this to profess your love to them. You're either going to or thinking about it, or you already have and you're in that period of waiting. no matter what the results is, this is closing out a very important cycle in your life, because I actually feel like you guys have reached higher this time. Leo, this is a cool message. And I said sort of something similar to Aries, in that in the past, it seems like some of my Leos may have taken, considered any fish they caught in their net, because ultimately it was like, oh, well, this person is interested in me, so why not? I'll give them a try. I think you're being more picky. You're being more choosy, but in a very beautiful way that values your integrity. But yeah, you have your eyes set on someone, and it's like, I just want them to be mine. Like, I want it so bad, but I think you're also trying to play it cool. But I do feel like, even my energy right now, it feels like you're riddled with nerves. There's a lot of anxiety about this. And I will say, for some of you, if you've already professed something to them and this person is really keeping you on hold, or you feel like they've gone cold on you, understand that you did nothing wrong by speaking your truth and putting it out there, because ultimately what is it going to get you by sitting and waiting, right? By just dreaming and fantasizing about this person but never saying how you feel. So no matter how this goes, I'm giving you like a little golf clap for making your intentions known, because if you haven't done that yet, I really feel like that's what Spirit, Source, Universe, God is really nudging you to do. There would be a tremendous sense of pride and accomplishment in doing that. So let's see. Let's hop over to your person here. So in terms of major arcana, right now, all I have is possibly Capricorn. I have the World, which is Saturnian energy, which is more about breaking through obstacles and barriers. It's like a card of graduation. Like, I've done it. It's that type of energy. So it's Saturn, which is very much tied to Capricorn, as well as possibly Aquarius. Yeah, very much Aquarian vibes, actually. When I said that, that felt more correct. Anyway, and then over here you have the High Priestess, which can be Cancer, sometimes Pisces or Scorpio, but generally Cancer. There is a lot of sexuality in this reading. Like, I'm hearing giving them a little peek, giving them a little taste. You guys may have exchanged some sort of photographs, for lack of a better, you know what I'm trying to say, Leo. I'm not even gonna go there, because why is that relevant? So I don't know. Okay, so maybe you slept with this person kind of casually or whatever. You didn't have to sleep with them, but it looks like a lot of you probably already did, or were very romantic and whatever. And maybe one or both of you caught feelings and were not anticipating that or expecting that. Yeah, I think that's what this is. I think you guys may have already acted on some sort of impulse or whatever. I don't know exactly what it is, but you guys have already been engaging with each other, sort of. And at one point in time, I don't know if this was you or your person, but it's almost like you looked at this as like a very singular thing. And again, one or both of you was caught by surprise, was like, oh, like, I actually really like this person. Like, you were shook. You were shook to realize that, like, you actually had very deep feelings for this person. And I think that's what scared you too, is because initially when you guys hooked up or whatever, you didn't see it going very far into the future. It seems very situational or circumstantial. Then you started to realize, like, some of you are starting to realize, like, wow, I've already kind of started to build a life with them. Like, you may have known this person for several months or even possibly several years, but I mean, that seems like a long time to maintain like a friends with benefits thing, and maybe you have, right? Everybody's completely unique and individual out there, but yeah, you're all in. Like, that's what I sense with this, Leo. So if you don't relate to that, this might not be your message, or it's flip-flopped. It could be your person who they are all in. The High Priestess holds a lot of secrets. At one point in time, this person did have this sense of having to maintain a false appearance to appear that they have it all put together, but on the inside they felt very void. They felt like they were lacking something. And again, I don't mean to make this like a weird sexual metaphor, but there's something about you two coming together, you fill the void. So I don't know if I love that metaphor, but it is ultimately being relayed to me in a positive way. I always say, you know, you need to feel whole and complete by yourself on your own 2 feet. That is when you are practicing a healthy perspective in your love life. However, I will say it this way. Okay, I'm hearing that line from Jerry Maguire, like, you complete me. Oh, the sappy tears, the emotions. It's so good, though. And Tom Cruise is a Cancer. That's ironic that that's coming up here. What is Renee Zellweger now? I want to know. I feel like she's a Taurus, maybe. Anyway, you complete me. That's what this person, it's like when you're not there, they miss you. And I think for the longest time, this person was too shy to admit that they wanted to be with you, or that they wanted something more than just something casual with you. But I think that's where this is headed. So with these other cards that fell out, wish fulfillment, justice. Yeah, this feels very like a, not just karmic, because to me as a reader personally, I think karmic can go both ways. It means, yes, it was fated, but it doesn't mean it was written in stone forever and ever. To me, karmic is like you were meant to meet this person, but with the star, it actually feels like star-crossed lovers who are meant to go into some sort of formal contract together, whether that's marriage or soul contract or something of the sort. There's something very official about this pairing. And again, huge card of Aquarius. There's a lot of Aquarian vibes here. It could be a Cap, Aquarius, Cusper. Libra is the card of Justice. Wow, you have 4 major arcana. Holy cannoli, Leo. You also have Sagittarius showing up, and you have Aries and Aquarius. Yeah, so there, you will know that this is your person when they bring a comfortability to your life. They allow you to let your hair down. And again, those pieces and the parts of yourself, or for your person, if the cross watchers, whatever, that you felt very, I'm hearing behind closed doors. You didn't want people to know the real you because it made you incredibly uncomfortable to be vulnerable and talk about the things that you were self-conscious about, or the mistakes you made years ago and are still carrying that guilt or whatever. You can open up to this person and they don't run away. It's like they find those stories beautiful because it makes you unique and it makes you real and authentic, right? So yeah, there is this message of, rather than going around parading as, oh, everything's great, everything's fine, my life is great, this person needed to see the real side of you. And I think that's what took them by surprise, because for a lot of you, this feels like it started off as something very casual or friendship. And, maybe you guys flirted here and there. But come to find out, the more this person thinks about it, all the pieces of the puzzle with you, it's like you fit the bill. You fill the void. And I don't think this person is coming at a place of looking to fill a gap because they lack love for themselves. I think it's the opposite. I think it's mutual. It's like you made this person realize the beautiful qualities of themselves that maybe they were always ashamed of or afraid of. It's like you guys celebrate each other's differences, that it makes it feel okay. It makes it feel comfortable. It's not enabling healthy behavior. It's celebrating self-acceptance. Oh, Leo, I'm gonna cry. It's so beautiful. I like this. This person offers you a great sense of peace of mind. In fact, you may have helped this person overcome some sort of addiction issue, particularly to alcohol. In fact, somebody in this relationship might be sober. It doesn't have to be, right? Just little confirmations. The blending of opposites too, with temperance too. Temperance is always depicted as kind of like this angelic presence in your life. Again, it feels very fated, feels very karmic, soul contract type stuff, but it's beautiful. There's no heavy elements of, oh, it was my karmic, my twin flame, and it almost like sick to your stomach. You're so worried about how this is going to be. I don't really get that. I get a little bit of that maybe in terms of you actually saying that you want something more than just like hooking up. But once you get over that, I feel like this person is like, yeah, come on in. Like, yeah, move in with me. Like, this feels like you guys are going to build a life together. Again, the Star, Justice, Temperance, and the Fool. This is the start of like a beautiful beginning together. And so you may already be kind of sort of together. This feels like you're making it official in the books. Leo, I don't know what else to tell you. This looks great. No wonder you had all the cards fall out. This feels like a very important message. So if this is you, or if you're in that in-between of do I or don't I share my feelings, I think for most of you, there will be very positive reception. I think you guys will end up building a life together. And, because everybody is in a different stage in their karmic or spiritual path, this may be a different relationship where ultimately you offer up your truth. And, whether you get, accepted or rejected, you're setting yourself up for future success, because this will be your story eventually if you want it to be, right? You have free will. But if you are looking for that partner where it's like you guys feel at home together, especially your Cancer, but I can't even say that because you have so many cards: Cancer, Aquarius, Libra, Sag, Aries, again, maybe Capricorn. This looks real good. That's all I'm going to say. It looks real good. I'm too wordy. I always ramble on these, but congrats, Leo. I hope that looks awesome. It's a fresh start. It might be a fresh start with an old person. The Hierophant, marriage. Oh gosh, really? The 8 of Cups. There is an element here of walking away from the old version of yourself, and it has nothing to do with a superficiality. It's like shedding of the skin to becoming the truest, most authentic version of yourself. Now I'm seeing like a snake. So again, the idea of transformation, especially my Leos who have very strong Scorpio in their chart, you're going through a major change in your romantic life, in your romantic path forward. Whew, Leo, that was a big one. I gotta like take a breath. I'm gonna take a sip of water. That was bombarded with energy, but it all felt really good. It felt really positive. All right, I still got wet shower hair. Whoops, my bee. Okay, let's do, last but not least, Sagittarius. Couple shuffles. So I started to do this reading for my fire signs, and cards came out as I was doing the intro, and then it cut off. So I got like half a reading done for the 3 fire signs collectively all together. I'm probably going to toss it at the end as like a bonus reading for all fire signs, but again, it gets cut off. But it felt like good messages, so I'm going to post those at the end. So it's going to be for Aries, Leo, and Sag collectively. I think it's like a 6-minute reading, and then my camera cut off. So even that felt kind of mystical and faded, but I can't not include it. It just seemed important. So anyway, check those out if my Aries or my Leos or Sages have made it to this part in the video. Check out that bonus reading. It might speak to you. It was a very positive one. All right. So let's go ahead and tap into Sagittarius's energy. Sagittarius. What can I tell my Sagittarius gang in love? Sagittarius in love. Let's get 3 cards on Sagittarius's person and 3 cards on them. No, okay, let's start with Sag. Let's start with Sag's energy. Where are they at romantically in love? What's up, Sag? How you doing? How you doing? All right, here we go. Sagittarius. Ooh, Knight of Cups. So movement and change in your love life, possibly towards a Capricorn or someone who you're looking to join worlds with. So it could just be exclusivity. This feels like this may actually have to do with Leo or another Sagittarius. Okay. Yeah, actually, I think the Knight of Cups is coming to you, Sag. And certainly you can reverse the roles if you're making, a love offer, a proposal to someone else, especially your Leo. That's definitely coming through here, or Sagittarius. But for most of you, this feels like someone who's kind of been watching you from a distance or watching you from afar, and they're like mustering up the courage to come and speak to you. They think you're really cool and really chill and really zen. You probably have like some cool like hippy dippy vibe to you, or I don't know, something where you're really mellow, and this person, you put this person at ease is what I'm trying to say. So here's what I get though. This person makes you an offer and you really have to sit and think about it though. So you're not, in fact, you're very conflicted to move forward with this. So, I mean, that could be for a variety of reasons, which you would know better than I. I'm not getting the whole story. I just know that somebody, or I can see in the cards, somebody makes a proposal to Sagittarius. They hold you in very high regard. It's like, I want to make Sagittarius my world. I want to be a part of their world, of their network of people. Very likely, though, Sag, you have a lot of people looking at you right now, especially with the world. It always shows the fixed zodiac signs, so Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius, and Taurus, if that makes sense to any of you. It doesn't have to be those signs, but I get the idea that you're in high demand. So even if you have a lot of family around you, or you have a lot of co-workers, or it's almost like you travel in a pack. You're not a one-man wolf pack, or a one-woman wolf pack, I should say. Although not necessarily, whoever's watching, but I think this person is intimidated by you and your crew, your gang. They're waiting for a moment alone with you, but then when they do make the offer, it's like you don't know what to do with it, because I don't know if you feel like you have room in your life. It could be that you're still getting over baggage from an ex. It could be that you have eyes for someone else, but that doesn't seem to be budging. So there's absolutely an offer that comes to you. Page of Pentacles, I do kind of feel like it's new though, despite it being Page of Pentacles. It might be from a water sign, a Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, or another Sagittarius. But yeah, why is Sag conflicted? Give me a little bit more on that. That came right out. 8 of Cups. Because you would have to walk away from something else. So that could be just emotionally detached from someone else's energy romantically. And it might be a Pisces or a Cancer. Or Capricorn. Water signs, Capricorn, Aquarius, it's like you kind of still have your eye on that, but that doesn't seem to be budging. But something about it may shift. It's like you're looking at the moon here, so something about the changing of the cycles, that will not be stagnant. Something about that situation will very likely change. So yeah, maybe it's like in the interim, I don't know, I sense almost like awkwardness, like you don't want to reject this person or hurt their feelings or let them down, but you're not certain you want to move forward with them. So Eight of Wands, who is Sag moving forward with? The Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, I think you're going to stay single. I think you're going to move forward with building your life or waiting, for lack of a better term, to see what pans out with the one you actually have eyes for. And I'm not making false promises. Yeah, that's what I mean. You have two offers here. That doesn't surprise me, Sag. You have a lot of people around you. So very likely earth and water are somewhere in your dating life right now, whether it's an ex or someone coming in. Again, Pentacles being possibly a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Cups being a Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. And I mean, to be clear, it could be any sign, but those signs are being shown to me more, so to say. And then you have a Leo with strength. Okay. In fact, a Leo may be coming in to make an offer to you, Sag. Especially a Cancer, Leo, cusper. Why? You seem so bummed out or just contemplative. What's with this? Well, I do know, because there's something else in your eye line, or you have someone else in your sights, but it's a struggle to the finish. It's a fight to the deaths. I don't know what this is, but you're overwhelmed by the emotions of something else that didn't pan out or doesn't seem to be working out, or you're pining after someone who isn't available. That could be with your Leo as well. So essentially, with what the movement is headed towards is singlehood. And I don't mean to make that like a grim message. I actually think it's beautiful in that you're not leading someone on. You're not accepting an offer that you have like absolutely no intention of, taking things further with this person. I feel like you're going to hold out for one that feels better or one that feels right. And the thing is, I think that will serve you. Ultimately, you're showing the universe that you're putting yourself out there and you're ready for love, but you're not going to accept any offer that just comes along. That's been a message that has come up in every fire sign reading that I've done. So you may reject a water sign and decide to be single and work on your job, work on your life, work on your health, work on your money. And then what do you know? A Knight of Pentacles comes along to make an offer to you too. So, that looks good. And that might be a Leo too. There might be something very good happening with a Leo in the future. In fact, there might be wedding rings with a Leo in the future. I literally heard someone who has really good hair. Really beautiful hair. Although that could be you too, Sag. I feel like I always read that in my astrology books. Like Sagittarians, they just have the beautiful wavy curls. But Leo too. You guys, you got cool hair. You got a nice head of hair. All right. Yeah, I mean, the message stands, so this might not be your message, Sag. Of course, I tell you that every time, but this feels like you're getting an offer, but you choose to decline it because it's just not the right time or it's not the right person for you, and ain't nothing wrong with that, right? You're operating out of your own honesty and integrity, and so that's good. I'm a little concerned, though, some of you may be waiting on someone who isn't available, so let's hop into that. What can I tell Sag? You started to build with something and then it either ended or it got disrupted or delayed. It could be your person was called away for work or something like that. And I just kind of keep getting like, oh, I hope they come back. I hope they come back. That flipped right over. Justice. So that justice usually indicates the scales tipping in your favor most of the time, right? And again, it could be a karmic lesson, so just keep that in mind. Make sure you're operating from a place of higher vibrational love. You're not loving out of a place of lack or fear or what if I never meet my true soulmate? I want the person of the past back, right? Make sure it's authentic, true love, right? You really want this person in for the right reasons. And I mean, who am I to say what the right reasons are, right? That's up to you, but operate from a place of high vibrational love, right? Yeah, I actually think this might just turn out in your favor. Yeah, okay, the Star and the Empress. Holy shit, those are good cards. But then you have the Seven of Swords. Okay, so that says to be temporary. Actually, okay, I love that this card came out. Yeah, ultimately what I was saying is, how I was saying like you're gazing at this moon, it's like you're, what is it, like pining after somebody and sending out manifestations and hopes and prayers and wishes. I want to be with my person, but they're at a distance or again, there was a delay or a pause or just an obstacle. You might still be with this person, but you miss them. That's what I'm getting. I don't know. Again, I never want to promise you everything. But if I see it in the cards, it would be my due diligence to share that with you. That the star card is very, it's like divine guidance. It's the divine looking out for you and helping you to find your true north. And it feels like your true north is at a distance from you, but with patience and again, practicing your self-love, focusing on your own health and healing and taking care of your life, living your best life, 9 of Pentacles, appreciating what you have, expressing gratitude. Again, really high vibrational energy. I think you will see your person again. And I mean, flat out, some of you know you will, especially your Aquarius. It's like they're at a distance, but you miss them, but you know you're going to see them again. You definitely have Aquarius and Libra here. Again, something with the moon, I want to say Pisces or Cancer. Yeah. Yes, a lot of you, it feels like your person had to go away for business or a land or a property deal. Anyway, something like that. I like the 7 of Swords, though, is coming up, is because essentially the universe was telling you, Sag, you needed to mentally detach from this place of longing and hoping and shoulda, coulda, wouldas and all that, because it wasn't productive in building your own life. And that's what the universe is asking you to do right now. But I also think that this whole idea of the 7 of Swords being temporary, like I'm going to set up camp, but camp isn't permanent, right? It's a tent. You throw it up and then you disassemble it. That's what this is saying to me about this person you're longing for who's at a distance. That distance is temporary. That gap is going to close. I absolutely sense that. So you're going to have to power through. You're going to have to practice healthy behaviors and loving yourself first, putting yourself as a priority. But yeah, fire and water will blend again. I see that. Some of you are closing out a cycle with a water sign because your heart wasn't in it anymore. Ace of Pentacles. There is an offer coming your way. I mean, I know that there's 2. One may come from a person from the past, 6 of Cups, or it's just indicating soulmate energy, someone who you're going to grow old with, someone who you may end up having babies with or starting a family with. Especially your Aquarius, Pisces, Aquarius cusper. I should have said that in reverse. You know what I mean? Yeah, possibly marriage contracts. Some of you may be moving into a new home. Yeah, in fact, somebody may have had to go on a job interview that was at a great distance. It may have had to do with property and land or something involving like a job opportunity. And it's almost like you're anticipating word of whether they got it or not. And it's something to do with like that will be a transitional point in your lives together because you can choose to go on this adventure with them or not. So I do see you thinking very deeply about sort of I don't want to say the complications because that makes it sound negative, but ultimately like I don't know if it's like pros and cons, but you're weighing out your future with this person. And it seems like a lot of you, it has to do with a contract they will be signing. So whether that's property or, a job or whatever. I think a lot of you are wondering, was this like a temporary fling? Because I actually started to think they were a soulmate and like you see yourself moving into the future with them, but you're in a period of delay because it's like you're waiting on the results of something. And that brings up a whole entirely new message because you have 6 of Cups, Ace of Pentacles, and the idea of waiting on the results. Some of you just may be waiting on a pregnancy test. And that may or may not involve a person who you actually consider yourself to be with. That's a whole other story. Yeah, some of you got word of pregnancy, but it was someone who you were just casually seeing, and now you're at a crossroads because you don't know what to do. I mean, I can't tell you that, Sag. That's very personal. Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's saying honor your inner truth. Ace of Swords. It might be with your Aries or your Leo. Whew, those fire signs, am I right? Yeah, see, there may be news of pregnancy, and I think for most of you out there, this would be you, not like your partner, but it certainly could be. Yeah, I mean, I don't even know what to tell you here. The thing is, I could kind of see it going both ways. I could see some of you using Ace of Swords in a very, this is in poor taste to say, cutting that situation out of the picture and trying to be delicate and fragile. Some of you will choose to do that because you're not ready to be a father or a mother. Others of you will be like, yep, we're adding another one to the mix. 2's a crowd, 3's a party, right? Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. For some of you, if pregnancy is involved, most of you will move forward with it because you have a great deal of love for this person. Others of you, it's just going to take you a long time to contemplate it. And I mean, ultimately, that's your decision, right? You don't need to really weigh out the factors via tarot. That you have to trust your intuition on that. You have 10 of Pentacles, 9 of Cups, Page of Cups. You have a lot of, King of Swords. You have a lot of really, really good, strong cards for partnership. I'm gonna leave you with that, Sag. Yours are always so complicated. Ugh. Okay, Sag, thanks for joining me today. Please like, share, subscribe. If you didn't hear before, I'm going to throw a bonus reading at the end of this. It's kind of a collective message for all the fire signs, but you got a shout out in that one, especially I think my female Sagittarians. Your card kind of came out in that bonus reading for all the fire signs, so might want to check that out. It might be for you. Other than that, thanks for tuning in. Like, share, subscribe, and I will see you next week on Tuesday for more Love Tarots. Bye, guys. What's up, fire signs, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius? Welcome to your Lil Sips mini love tarot reading. I'm the intuitive Teacup. Happy to have you guys here. There will be timestamps down below, so you can hop right to your video. These just came right out, so I'm going to read them as a collective message for all of you. I'm just going to go with the flow here. Go with the energetic flow. God, that sounds like a... Sounds like a metaphor for like menstrual cramps. The energetic flow just isn't. I'm just kidding. All right, 9 of Cups and the Magician. So who are you manifesting that's in your wish fulfillment? I got to pull more cards on that because that just seems interesting. The 9 of Cups. So some of you may have a Gemini or a Virgo who might be trying to manifest you, someone who holds you in very high regard. Actually, there's a kind of a cooler message here too, or not cooler. I mean, that's still a cool message, but there's a message here for, again, this is collective fire sign energy. There's someone who you have accomplished getting over them. This would be someone who you feel like, probably was karmic in that you learned something tremendous from the relationship, but it wasn't necessarily a positive experience for you in the moment anyway. There's a sense of victory and pride and wish fulfillment that you were able to detach from someone who you view as a little bit shady. I got to be kind of honest, or lower vibrational, or... And I really struggle to say this person is a bad person, but more or less that's kind of the vibe I get, is that you being around them and engaged with them romantically, I think you came to realize that wasn't a good person, it wasn't a good match, it wasn't a good fit for you. And so for a lot of my fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sag, it seems like there's a sense of accomplishment and pride that you no longer have this... It feels like this tug at your heartstrings of I want to, but I can't, I want to, but I can't. I think a lot of you are stepping into your power as realizing I decided to sever ties with that, and I'm living my best life now. That's the vibe I get. So then what that leads into is, hey, now I can manifest something new, or you may be already in the process of doing that. So let's just finish this out really quick, and then we'll hop into your individual readings. So what, for the collective who resonates with this, this definitely feels like getting over an ex. Now, as I said, somebody could have been manifesting you this whole time as you were getting over if it wasn't an ex, a very difficult situation in your life, it seems like you're at the tail end of it. The thing is, most of you are already feeling that sense of like, I'm hearing exhale, that sense of relief of, oh my God, like I've made it. And there's this idea where it's like, I didn't think I would ever get here. I didn't think I would feel okay again. I didn't think I would be happy or wanting to date someone else, but it feels like you guys are like, I'm ready. Like, I got this. There's a huge sense of like, pride, and it's a really beautiful energy. It's confident, but it's not cocky because you went through an experience that really humbled you. All right, so what's coming in then? This is such a positive way to start. I really dig this. You hold the power. You took your power back. Something about lilacs or lilies. I'm hearing flowers and I'm getting L's. So that could be someone's name. Laurel, I don't know, something about and Laurel. That makes me think of like film laurels. Recognition. Possibly a Leo, something with an L. All right, so Judgment. Some of you are reuniting with a family member who you've had a very difficult relationship with. And it may be someone who essentially had to like nurse you back to health when you went through a very difficult breakup. Yeah, oh, and so there may be a double sense of accomplishment in that you've healed your heart from something that was broken, but also you've bridged a gap with someone in your family who you were always at odds with, or you're in the process of doing that now. And then romantically, where is this going, please, from my fire signs collective? Queen of Pentacles, right? So possibly an earth sign, a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or someone who treats you like gold. Someone who treats you like $1 million opportunity. They know your value. They know your worth. It's not in a like shady trying to get money out of you. That's not what I mean. I'm using it as a metaphor. It's like there's there's been a lot of introspection and you are approaching situations in a new way. And I think for my fire signs, you're less likely to just accept anything that comes your way. You are putting people through a more, what is a good way to put this? I'm hearing the word like questionnaire. What I'm getting at is you have a new set of standards before just automatically accepting anyone into your life and, you know, taking whatever fish you catch in your net. It's like, well, we'll try them on for size. It's like before you try them on for size, you kind of have this energetic, like, scanning them up and down. And I don't mean like their physical attraction. I mean your energetic attraction to them. Very cool. All right, one more. And then we'll do individuals. So some of you are getting out of a long-term divorce, especially well, I'm just going to say the wife, but that could be you or that could be who you're divorcing. Yeah, and it's especially for my female Sagittarians, this is a huge turning point of you finding your voice again and finding your power. Good for you, Sag. That's awesome. Okay, and then so some of you have, again, an ending or a severing with something that was very difficult, but you may actually have a new air sign coming in, a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. You may have gone from earth to air or vice versa, and yeah, this is a relationship that brings you a lot of healing. You may also have a job offer coming in too, but that's a whole other thing, so I mean, I guess that's positive for some of you. A job offer regarding some sort of government contract. It could be in teaching or education, professor, learning type stuff. You could be starting an online course or tutorials, demonstrations. It could also be something regarding a court case. I think it will end, it could potentially end in your favor, but it's like, hold on, because it's going to be a wild ride if you're going through a court case. I think it will end up positively, but there's something about being very careful with your words and careful with your money. And I'm hearing like brace yourself. And that may have to do with like a divorce settlement, but okay, then you have Two of Cups. So again, it ends in something where there's new love or new self-respect, or it's sort of a realigning of your own energy. There's compatibility with the Pisces.